Now, I got no fight with any man that does what he's told. And when he don't, machine breaks down. And when the machine breaks down, we break down.
Did you know that Tom Berenger was once in the running to play Indiana Jones? And that before Platoon made him an Academy Award nominee, he was almost cast as Sergeant Elias instead of the hardened Sergeant Barnes. Two completely different characters, two completely different moral paths. Same film, that alone tells you something important about Tom Berenger. He was never easy to define. He could play the steady moral compass, or he could embody something far darker and more complicated. For a long time, he was one of the most intense and versatile actors working in Hollywood. So what really happened to Tom Berenger? Why did an actor who once stood at the center of award season conversations slowly move away from the spotlight? And how did he quietly build one of the most dependable careers of his generation? Let's go back to the beginning. Tom Berenger was born Thomas Michael Moore on May 31, 1949 in Chicago, Illinois. His father worked as a printer for the Chicago Sun-Times, and Berenger grew up in a traditional Irish Catholic household. It was the kind of home where discipline mattered, where loyalty was valued, and where you were taught to work hard without complaining. Those blue-collar roots never left him. After graduating high school, he attended the University of Missouri, where he majored in journalism. He even worked briefly as a copy editor, but something felt incomplete. He was drawn to storytelling, yes, but not in a quiet office. He wanted something more direct, something lived in, something physical. So in the early 1970s, he made a bold decision. He left journalism behind, moved to New York City, and began training as an actor. Like many future stars, he started small, regional theater. Stage work, daytime television. In 1977, Berenger landed a small but striking role in Looking for Mr. Goodbar.
I need a pad till I can get something going.
Not here.
What, 4 or 5 days?
Even you've got a mother.
She said no.
Go set the world on fire.
Opposite Diane Keaton, he played a dangerous one-night encounter, a role that was unsettling and intense. Even with limited screen time, he made an impression. 3 years later came The Dogs of War in 1980, where he appeared alongside Christopher Walken. It was here that Berenger began establishing what would become his screen identity. Grounded, physical, emotionally restrained, but carrying something heavy beneath the surface. Then in 1983, he turned heads again in The Big Chill. Playing Sam Weber, a television actor reconnecting with old college friends, Berenger delivered a quiet, reflective performance. It showed a softer, more thoughtful dimension. He wasn't just a tough presence, he could be introspective, conflicted, subtle, but everything changed in 1986. That year, Oliver Stone cast him in Platoon, a film drawn directly from Stone's own experiences in Vietnam.
Easy, Bonds. Don't do it. You go think you down on me, Jay, man. 10 years, girl, enlisted, man. 10 years.
It was raw, personal, and unlike most war films that had come before it. Originally, Berenger had been cast as Sergeant Elias, the moral center of the story. But at the last minute, Stone made a dramatic switch. Elias went to Willem Dafoe. Berenger was asked to play Sergeant Barnes instead. Barnes was not the hero. He was scarred, hardened, emotionally fractured. A man shaped by war in the most devastating way possible. It was a bold decision, and Berenger leaned into it completely. His Sergeant Barnes wasn't loud for the sake of being loud. He didn't exaggerate, he didn't overplay. He allowed the stillness, the blank stare, the moral emptiness to do the work. Barnes felt like a symbol of something broken inside the conflict itself. The performance earned Berenger an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Suddenly, he was no longer just a reliable performer. He was an award-recognized actor associated with one of the defining films of the decade. The late 1980s were strong. In 1987, he starred in Someone to Watch Over Me, directed by Ridley Scott. It was a stylish thriller that allowed Berenger to explore emotional vulnerability beneath his tough exterior. The film didn't explode at the box office, but it revealed another layer of his range. In 1988, he appeared in Shoot to Kill alongside Sidney Poitier, a tense survival story set in the wilderness. That same year, he starred in Betrayed, playing an undercover FBI agent opposite Deborah Winger. These roles reinforced his image as a morally complex leading man, someone capable of intensity without losing emotional credibility. Then came an unexpected turn. In 1989, Berenger did something few predicted. He showed his lighter side in Major League. Playing Jake Taylor, a worn-out catcher brought in to lead a struggling baseball team, Berenger brought humor and heart to the screen. The character had a failing knee, a fading career, and unresolved issues with a former partner played by Rene Russo. But he wasn't played as a joke, he was grounded. The film became a hit. Audiences loved the team dynamic, the underdog energy, and the humor. But it was Berenger who anchored the film emotionally. He played it straight, giving the comedy structure and sincerity. It expanded his image. He wasn't just the hardened soldier from Platoon, he could be the relatable everyman. In the early 1990s, he found a new rhythm. In 1993, he starred in Sniper, playing Gunnery Sergeant Thomas Beckett. Directed by Louis Losa, the film followed a dangerous jungle mission alongside a rookie sniper played by Billy Zane. Sniper wasn't a critical darling at first, but audiences responded. It became a sleeper hit, especially on VHS and cable. What stood out wasn't just the action, it was the psychological weight. The film explored the mental cost of long-distance combat, and Berenger's performance carried that burden convincingly. The film launched a franchise. Berenger would return to the role in multiple sequels over the years, creating one of the more quietly enduring action series of the era. Then in 1996 came The Substitute.
I'm in charge of this class. I'm the warrior chief. I'm the merciless god of anything that stirs in my universe.
Berenger played Jonathan Shale, a mercenary who goes undercover as a high school teacher to dismantle a criminal operation threatening the school. The premise was bold, maybe even exaggerated, but it connected with audiences. Released during a period when school-based dramas were popular, it tapped into cultural anxieties of the time. Critics were divided, but the film performed solidly and became a home video favorite. By the late 1990s, Berenger had become one of the most recognizable tough guy actors in Hollywood. Not necessarily the biggest box office draw, but dependable. The kind of actor you trusted to deliver. But as the 2000s arrived, the action genre changed. Films became more driven by special effects, sleeker visuals, and younger leads. Berenger's brand of rugged, blue-collar intensity began to feel like something from another era. He continued working steadily, appearing in television films and independent projects like True Blue, Stiletto, and Breaking Point. These weren't major theatrical events, but he never treated them casually. He brought seriousness and gravity to every role. He also returned for Sniper 2 and Sniper 3, maintaining continuity for loyal fans. There were rumors he had been considered for roles in larger productions like Training Day or Jarhead, though nothing was confirmed. His name still carried weight, he just needed the right opportunity. That opportunity came from an unexpected source. In 2010, Christopher Nolan cast Thompson. Playing Peter Browning, advisor to Cillian Murphy's character, Berenger had appeared in the Emmy-winning miniseries Hatfields and McCoys, starring alongside Kevin Costner and Bill once again. He continued returning to the Sniper franchise, appearing in Sniper, Legacy, and Sniper, Assassin's End. The productions were modest, but he treated them with professionalism and consistency. Off-screen, Berenger has been married 4 times and has in Utah, enjoying a quieter pace of life. There was a legal dispute in 2012 involving a former spouse and property matters, briefly drawing attention. But he remained largely private, letting the matter resolve through legal channels. Today, Tom Berenger may not be the loudest name in Hollywood discussions, but maybe he should be. From nearly playing Indiana Jones, to redefining the war film villain in Platoon, to becoming an unexpected comedy lead in Major League, to quietly anchoring one of the most ambitious films of the 2010s in Inception, his career has been anything but ordinary. He never chased headlines, he didn't demand the spotlight, he simply worked. And sometimes, that kind of career steady, resilient, layered deserves just as much recognition as the flashiest stardom. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Tom Berenger's journey, make sure you're subscribed to Nina Lifestyle. I release long-form retrospectives every week, exploring the careers of actors who shaped Hollywood in unforgettable ways. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.